right, it is 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm making dinner. So we are going to make a meaty keto bake. All right, so to make this, we are going to need 1 pound of sausage. You can do mild or hot, depending on what is your favorite. I have this regular Swaggerty's, which I like a lot because the carb count is less than 1 per serving. So yeah, you need 1 pound of this. You need about a pound of your choice of ground meat. This is actually about 2 pounds of ground beef, so I'm going to use half of this for this recipe. You need about a pound of that. You're going to need cream cheese. This is optional, but I like to add it. Only about an ounce of cream cheese goes in this recipe, so just a little bit of this block. You're going to need your choice of shredded cheese. I buy these big bags of the Mexican shredded cheese just because it's only $7.99 and it's super cost effective and pretty versatile. And you can always, obviously, if you want to avoid like the potato starch or the cellulose, you can always shred your own block cheese. You're going to need your choice of frozen vegetable. We are using broccoli cuts. The florets are good in this too, but they kind of, I feel like they fall apart. And Richard really likes the broccoli cuts because he likes having the stalk in there. But you could do really any vegetable that you want. Also, you can always add some riced cauliflower to this, which I might do now that I'm thinking about it. As far as seasonings, you will need salt if you want a little bit more flavor. I usually wait until the end before I add salt just because there's some salt in these things. And I don't want it to be too salty, but I do salt it just a little bit with some kosher salt. And I add black pepper and garlic powder and onion powder. So this is what we'll need. You also will need something to steam your broccoli or vegetables in if you, something with a lid, if you don't have the microwave and bag, like me. You also will need a pan that can transfer to the oven. At least that's what I find easiest, so that I can brown my meat, drain it, get everything mixed together, and then stick it straight into the oven without having to dirty another dish. So this one also comes with a glass lid, and I can put that in the oven when everything is ready to go. So, time to make some food. Okay, first things first, I'm going to put a little bit of water in my pot for my broccoli. And I'm just putting maybe about 1.5 cups in there. And this is because we're just going to kind of steam this. So I'm going to get that on high and get it started boiling. And then in the meantime, I'm going to start warming this guy up. I am impatient, so I brown all of my meat on high. You do you. And I'm going to need a scissors. Don't tell anybody that I used my hair cutting scissors to open the sausage. All right. So see, this is what I get for trying to cook food at 6 o'clock in the morning. I already also called my husband at work at about 5:30 because I couldn't find this pan. And I couldn't find it because it was in the sink with soapy water in it. So, in case you're wondering what kind of supreme intellect I'm passing on to my children, that's it. All right, so I'm just going to dump all of this into the pan. If anybody has better suggestions on how to open it, I will always take tips. Okay, and then we're going to do about half of this pack of ground chuck. And I just bought this yesterday. It hasn't been frozen or anything yet, so that's why I'm just kind of using a partial amount. All right. And then I'm just going to brown this up and incorporate everything, and I will speed this part up for you. Okay, so now that this is pretty much cooked through, I'm going to go and drain it. I really need a new oven mitt. What do you think? We're going to drop this down to medium-low so that we can then start adding our other ingredients. I also cream cheese, but then I also found part of an old pack, so we actually are probably closer to about 2 ounces of cream cheese in this one. So we're just going to let this kind of melt down in here while we wait for the broccoli. Alright, and we're just going to add this directly into the meat mixture. Now looking at it, I don't think that I'll be able to add any rice cauliflower. I don't think I can. Alright, so we're going to get this all incorporated. And now I'm going to add about a cup or a nice large handful of the shredded cheese that we're going to mix all in here. And at this point I'm turning off the heat as well. And you can really use whatever cheese you want. Mozzarella would probably be really good with this too. So I'm going to do about a cup. Get this all mixed in. You also can measure your cheese with your heart. It's up to you. If you want 5 cups of cheese in this, you do you, man. I'm not judging. If you're lactose intolerant, maybe don't. Alright. This is where we're at, and I'm just going to kind of flatten everything a little bit. And now we're going to coat with cheese. So I'm just going to take this shredded cheese again. We're going to sprinkle and give it a nice little coating, probably a cup and a half for the coating on here. Can't have any gaps, y'all. Boom. Alright, now we're going to put this in a 375 degree oven for about 20-25 minutes. Okay, so what I've done is I went ahead and put the lid on this, and I'm going to let it cool slightly, and then I'm actually going to stick this in the refrigerator and let it hang out while I'm at work today. And then when I get home, all I will have to do is preheat my oven, throw it in there for the 20-25 minutes, and then dinner is done. So this will be a little 2-part recipe for you.